Welcome to Cronos Technical Review, your trusted source for daily ADA, market analysis, charts, and technical insights. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video should be considered financial or investment advice. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile, and you should always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Any price analysis, predictions, or market insights shared in this video are based on personal opinions and publicly available data. I am not responsible for any financial losses you may incur based on the information provided. Invest responsibly and never invest more than you can afford to lose. We're taking a detailed and structured look at Cardano, ADA, focusing first on the higher time frame before gradually moving down into the lower time frames to understand what the market is actually doing beneath the surface. This will be a calm, honest, and technical update with no hype and no guessing, only market structure, price behavior, and probability. We're starting on the daily chart, fully zoomed out so everyone can clearly see the bigger picture. And the first thing that stands out is that ADA is still firmly inside a corrective phase. This correction has now been unfolding for almost an entire year, and long corrections like this tend to become complex, overlapping, and frustrating. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Price is currently testing an important support region around 32.2 cents, which aligns with the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement of the previous impulse move. This is not a random level. It's a price area with historical relevance, Fibonacci confluence, and visible structural importance. When we apply the volume profile across this entire range, it becomes clear that this zone has attracted a significant amount of trading activity. That tells us the market considers this area important. Because of that, a bounce from this level would not be surprising at all. However, it's critical to understand that a bounce does not mean a trend reversal. After a correction that has lasted close to a year, a small rally or a single green candle means very little in crypto markets. These types of moves happen frequently, even in strong downtrends. What we need is structural confirmation, not emotional reaction. From a technical and Elliott wave perspective, real confirmation begins with a clear 5-wave impulse move to the upside. Do not have that on the higher time frame. Without 5 waves up, there is no confirmed reversal, no trend shift, and no reliable evidence that a macro low is in place. Even a strong-looking rally can still turn out to be a counter-trend move or part of a larger corrective structure. Ideally, after a 5-wave move up, we want to see a 3-wave corrective pullback that holds above the previous low. That sequence is what starts building a bullish structure and shifts probabilities in favor of higher prices. It's important to remember that the trend is still down, not because of opinion or bias, but because the market structure says so. We always trade with the trend until the market proves that the trend has changed. That's not pessimism, it's discipline. This correction has not failed. It has not produced an impulsive move to the upside, and it has not broken bearish structure. Instead, what we continue to see are extensions to the downside, overlapping price action, and increasingly complex wave formations. These characteristics often appear later in a correction, but they are not confirmation on their own. That's why patience matters. Now let's move to the lower time frame to take a closer look at the microstructure. On the short-term chart, something slightly different is starting to appear. For the first time in quite a while, we're seeing a small 5-wave move to the upside on the nano level. This move is not large enough to confirm a trend change by itself, but it is important because it breaks the recent pattern of purely corrective price action. It introduces the possibility that short-term momentum may be shifting, and this is exactly the kind of development we monitor closely. For this micro-bullish scenario to remain valid, price needs to respect a key support zone between approximately 35.3 cents and 36.7 cents. As long as pullbacks stay above this area, the structure remains constructive, and the market has room to push higher. If that support holds, the next major resistance level to watch is around 40 cents. How price behaves around that level will tell us a lot about whether this move has real strength behind it or not. That said, it's very important not to jump to conclusions. Even if we do get a 5-wave move to the upside, that alone is still not enough. That move could easily turn out to be a C wave within a larger flat correction, or simply the final leg of a broader corrective pattern. This is why confirmation always comes in layers. The real signal appears when 5 waves up are followed by a clean 3-wave pullback that holds above support. That's when probabilities begin to shift meaningfully. At the moment, the structure is messy, slow, and honestly quite boring. But markets often behave this way before conditions change. Large moves rarely begin when excitement is high. They usually start when participation is low, sentiment is exhausted, and price action feels frustrating. Our job as analysts and traders is not to be entertained, but to be prepared. To summarize everything, ADA remains in a long-term corrective phase. Price is testing a major support zone, and no macro reversal has been confirmed yet. A small 5-wave move is forming on the micro level, but it still needs confirmation. Key support must hold for any continuation, and real trend confirmation requires a 5-wave move up, followed by a 3-wave pullback. Until the market delivers that structure, patience and discipline remain essential. Let me know in the comments where you think Cardano 8 is heading next. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell icon for daily Cronos updates and in-depth crypto analysis.